Leo. It's been a couple days since I did a reading, and my life, I feel like I just fought a war. So I don't really remember what happened or where I left off my readings, because my real life just kicked me in the ass. But we're here now, and we're good. And we got some brand new energy. I bought this carnival game yesterday, and I'm using it as tarot cards because tarot is a game, if you think about it. It's often sold as a game and told not to take seriously. So I was like, well, I'm going to buy a game, and I'm going to use it. So this is the carnival card. I think it's, what is it called? Yeah, it's called the Carnival Carnage. So we're going to see what's happening with you. And what's coming in for old Leo today. Okay. I feel like this is so much fun. I amped my work up a little bit so I could have fun again, you know? Okay, we got monkey around. Caramel apple. High wire walker. Balancing act. Charmless. So I feel like somebody has been a part of some type of balancing act, and they happened to pull it off. It was like, I feel like somebody, like if you're just a normal person and you walked into a circus and say there was a bad man, the ringleader, he finds you. And you're a paying customer, but he takes you and he says, you're going to do this trick for us in the back, and we're going to teach you how to do it. And it's all about, you know, the audience coming in and being a part of the show, just to say that we're all normal people, you know. And then they get you walking on a fucking high wire. And you're like, I thought you just told me that you were going to help me with this trick. Like, what do you mean? You're just going to put me on some high wire? I'm supposed to walk some tight wire for you? And because it was a balancing act, right? Walking this, when you high wire walk, what do they do the whole time? They have to keep themselves balanced. So you did it. You walked across that wire, charmless. You walked across that wire like you've been doing it your entire life. And that's because somebody was monkeying around, right? And they wanted something sweet. But the thing is that it's only sweet on the outside. It's fruit on the inside. There's an actual seed that grew on the inside of this, but you just covered it in candy so everybody would buy it, right? It's not a candy. This wasn't something that somebody told you to do because they were hoping that you would high wire the shit out of that tightrope. They were hoping that you would fall off, right? So I also took 2 decks of cards and mixed in the wands and the pentacles and the diamonds and everything, and then made characters for each symbol and each card, so then I can get a little bit more information about personality. Okay, so I want to get a little bit about this ringleader. Who made you walk the high wire? Walk in a tightrope without a circus net. Popping Percocets. I'm a nervous wreck. I deserve respect, but I work a sweat for this worthless check. Get somebody to reverse this debt. Wow, somebody did this for money. Like, they don't even want to talk. This person wants to stay hidden. Who made you walk this high wire? Who wanted you to fall? There's one. There we go. Sometimes you just have to ask the right question. Okay. Oh, okay, so I knew this was about money. So this definitely, yeah, wow. Okay, so this is definitely somebody that was doing something because they were in trouble with money. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles, they were in trouble with money. They didn't have money. So they set up a stage and they charged all these people for tickets and then put you on the high wire and made you walk across it as if you were the circus. So we've got substance abuse here. This person clearly is not sober most of the time. So they make a lot of decisions when they're under the influence. Okay. Now we got team member here that you work with. So this was somebody that you were supposed to work with. This was supposed to be stable. Four of Pentacles. Okay. Three of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. This was supposed to be a success. Okay, for them, but it wasn't. We got Lelena Pierce here and Troy Dyer in reverse. I don't know if you've ever seen Reality Bites, but I use those characters because each character in that movie is very different. Okay, so we got Six of Wands for Lelena Pierce because Lelena Pierce is, throughout the entire movie, she gets fired from her job from a boss that's an asshole, and then she can't find another job in her field, even though she is a university graduate. She can't find, I think this was all filmed in Chicago. She can't find a job, so what she starts doing is she goes to a gas station, and she takes her father's gas card, and she takes everybody's cash for their gas and charges it on her card so she can get a rent. Lelena Pierce is unstoppable. She will do anything to get money, right? That's why I put her as the victory. So I feel like I feel like this was a part of the act. Like you were supposed to find this person out because we got Troy Dyer in reverse. So this is almost like, I mean, she gets Troy Dyer in the end, right? Troy is her best friend. So this person, I feel like, posed as your best friend because you were successful. You were the kind of person that kept saying you weren't going to stop. You're persistent, right? Because you want stability. You want all four legs of the table on the ground. So you're willing to work. So when this person came up to you and said, okay, I'm going to get you to do this job because everybody else does it and you'll be able to get some money and we'll get all this money for the show. Okay. They were actually a substance abuse Troy Dyer in reverse. And like Troy in the movie is he's kind of a junkie. He's got a pothead mama, got a cokehead dad. He kind of goes from pillar to post. Right, he's poor. Troy's poor. He got fired from 12 or 11 jobs, 13 jobs, something like that. And so it's like this is the king. Okay, I put him under the King of Wands for a reason. This was a king that was very unsuccessful. Okay, but they had money. They had their own money. They weren't going from pillar to post. They weren't poor. They weren't Troy. Troy's poor. They're not. But they were acting like it. They were acting like they were in trouble with money. And if you were in trouble with money, then that's a way that they could use you as well, because then all of a sudden you guys got something in common. Oh, if you need money and I need money, then we can help each other. I don't think so. And then the last card, okay, I did the Three of Cups. You realize up here I put single, and then here I put stalker, because there's this heart in the middle. And these two people want this heart in the middle, but one is a single loving energy and one is a stalker, abuses, substance asshole, right? So it landed on the stalker side. So I'm like, okay, well, right away I can see that this person, this King of Wands in reverse, I think they couldn't stop. I think their path was to destroy you. They were monkeying around, right? They were taking things from other people. They were acting like an ass. You know, monkeys, like they don't care. Like they just walk up to you and take anything, right? They'll walk up to a whole bunch of tourists and just start having sex right in front of them. Like they don't care. Monkeys don't care. They're not designed to care about human interaction, right? So that's like this King of Wands in reverse. Like this person wasn't bred to be a human. They were bred to be an asshole. right? They were bred to be somebody right in front of you that was going to look at you all smug and just take everything. That's how they were bred. Like I said, Troy's mom, cokehead father and a pothead mom, right? So it's like this person could even have abuse, like that's where they stem from. They just stem from an abusive family, substance abuse. Everybody's either drunk, fucking shit in their beds, smoking up something, right? Like I've got crackheads in my family. One cousin that's a crackhead stole like 20 grand off my other cousin when she was helping him stay there. She was like actually helping him get on his feet. He stole 20 grand from her. Like these people, they come to you and they say that they need your help, and then they put you into harm's way. And they go, what? I said I needed your help. You didn't say that you were going to put me in the middle of traffic while you walked up to my suite and took a nap. I didn't say I was going to switch spots with you. Right? Wow. Actually, okay, so now let's get some energy on you. The high wire walker. I can't believe that. Whoa, that's a lot. That's way too long. Ha! Ha! So many cards. Okay, this stack is just way too much. I'll put that away. British territory. Oof. You could be dealing with somebody who's British, or they're from Britain, right? Or you're from Britain, or you got like British ancestry. Okay, we have trickster and enemy. Lightning fast. That'd be the 8 of Wands. Yeah, so something comes in fast with the 5 of Wands. Jealous background drama. So there's an enemy. This person, this obviously has something to do with your money. Ooh, we got the Father of Cups in reverse. This person might be really suicidal. Right? They wanted to be something. Yeah, they were left out. They felt like they were left out of your life. 6 of Cups and the 5 of Swords. Wow. So this person might be in your family. You could have some type of twisted relationship with them. Like it's your mother's, father's, sister's son-in-law. Like right? Like when we get twisted, like that's everybody's intertwined, but you don't know necessarily how you're intertwined. Like you might not even know this person, but they've seen you because they felt left out of your life. Right? And they're jealous about that. They obviously think that you've got something going on for yourself and they can't read it properly. Right? Because from the looks of it, you don't got anything going on good. So why do you have a stalker? Why do you got some twisted ass family member that just wants to betray you and wants to do some backstabbing deception against you behind your back? So not only are they trying to get you to rock a high wire without a circus net, without anything that's going to catch you, but they also want to be this little vermin in the background, and this person's tricking you. So another way that this could come through with this Father of Cups in reverse is that this person calls you whenever they're in a jam, and it's like you listen to them, right? Because you love them. Now I'm getting this girl's schizophrenic brother. And every time he calls to talk to his sister talks to him like an asshole. And he doesn't know what's going on half the time, and there's not a whole lot of family around. His mom is dead, so he calls his sister for support. His other sister has a couple of kids, and she's married. So he calls his one sister that's got nothing else going on in her life other than just stalking people in general. And she won't even talk to him. She gaslights him. She tells him that he's fine, he's okay, nothing's going on, it's all in his head. Well, of course it's all in his fucking head. Have you ever heard of schizophrenia before? It's all in your head, bitch. And she treats her brother so bad. And I think, like, you're an enemy. Like, you're tricking your brother into believing that you love him when you don't. He's on the verge of suicide right now. He has no idea what's going on because he needs help. But she won't help him because she says he's fine. He's fine. Grow up. Go lay down. Get over it. Ever heard of somebody like you? Right? Got anybody around you like that? That you're having a bad day and you don't sleep all night and they know you're sick and they go, well, get up and go to work. It'll make you feel better. No, it won't. Crawling in a really dark hole and feeling like I'm going to die, that might work better than going out in public and seeing a bunch of fucking people. Like, that's how crazy people, like, that she's crazy, not her brother. If her brother is a schizophrenic and he can acknowledge when he's having a bad day, but she can't, who's the crazy one? The one that's in complete denial? Or the one who knows what's going on but can't control it? Right? Oh, I hate her. She is one of the worst energies to be around. All about her. And then she puts her tits out, and then she makes it a tit act so everybody will stare at her, and she goes and makes out with girls in the bathroom so then her husband will get jealous. Like, it's just like, it's childish behavior. It's all for substance abuse. All for substance abuse. All for people because they want to be jealous behind your back. They want to be talking shit behind your back, that you're just sitting there, that you might be on the verge of suicide. You might not know what the hell is going on in your head, because these people are making you walk so dangerously through life that you've become a balancing act. You feel like you have to balance everything. And it works for your advantage because you're charmless. People can't charm you. They can't use you in any way. And you know that, but they don't know that. They don't know that they can't use you. They don't know that you know what they're doing. You just haven't put all of the pieces of the puzzle together yet. Which you don't see the puzzle until the last piece gets put in, right? So this backstabbing betrayal of somebody who just felt left out. They were with a couple of couples and they were the one in the middle and they didn't like it. So they wanted to stalk you. Maybe you were one of those couples that they were around and they got pissed off about. Maybe you were the single one the whole time and people couldn't figure you out, couldn't understand how you could do it without somebody attached to you. How can you live through your life without a husband? How can you go through your life without a wife? Fucking a lot of people can. Not everybody fall into that trap. Not everybody falls into the trap of getting married so then somebody can just siphon off you for the rest of their life. Like, the whole ball and chain thing actually exists. And the fact that people make fun of it, but then feed those women that become those ball and chains are ridiculous. Like, if you just fucking did something about it, if you just said something about these assholes that are just jealous, right? Then maybe they wouldn't act like that anymore. Maybe women wouldn't act like that anymore. Maybe men wouldn't act like women anymore, right? If somebody just called them out on their bullshit attitude. You're supposed to be a man today, right? Not a woman. Hey, you got tits. You're supposed to be acting like a woman, not a fucking man, right? Like, and this is all internal energy. How they act on the outside is completely up to them. Right? You can be a tomboy and you can be a more feminine dude. It's how you perform it. But when people are trying to hide it, right? When some chick in front of you's got the tightest pants on, but you know she's got the biggest fucking spiritual dick under there, why does it matter how she looks? Right? Because she's acting and posing as a man. Right? And that's these people. Maybe this person is of opposite sex. And they say, well, she's so pretty as a woman, or he's so good looking as a man. Why couldn't I have gotten that body? Okay, for one, British people, they tend to sometimes look 20 years older than what they are. Okay, British people, they don't age the greatest, okay? But I feel like that's all a part of their health, right? They're in some, especially back in the day, like they didn't just have doctors around, like, English just didn't, or British just didn't just go to the dentist, like they're trying to change healthcare in Canada, and I think they should, because, there's these wimpy motherfuckers that just go to the doctor every other day just to complain, but if they had to pay to go to the doctor, then they wouldn't go. Right? So it's like there is a benefit and a mislap to some things that happen and occur in life, right? So it's like this person was born a certain way, okay, with British teeth or from the island or from over there or in the UK or something like that, and they were like, oh, look at this person in America living in LA, and they're your cousin, and you're like, why do you gotta act like that? Like, I'm your family. Like, why don't you just come and visit me? Like, you don't have to try to kill me so you can come take my apartment in the big city. What? Like, when my sister and I moved to where we are, we moved 4 days away okay? 4 to 5 days away it took us to get here. We both had $1,500 in our accounts. My sister was carrying a $40,000 debt that she had to claim bankruptcy for when we got here. And we only ended up getting this apartment because there was no credit check. Like, we made it in a city with nothing. Right? Like the way that people might see it on the outside is not the journey that got you there. Right? So anybody that tries to be these jealous enemy tricksters behind your back, acting like they know what you're going through when they have no idea. Because I mean, if you made a book and they read it, their jobs would be dropping the whole time. Because when people don't know all the information, they fill the blanks up themselves so then they can feel better about it. Right? They can say, well, she's at home because of this, or she doesn't work because of this, when really you've been looking for a job for 6 or 7 months, right? Well, look at how skinny she's getting. She's obviously working out too hard, when maybe you just didn't have enough money and you couldn't eat very well, so you started losing weight because you're starving, right? Anybody can say what they want on the outside, and if this is your family member, then this betrayal is even worse, because this family member should be calling you and going, what's going on? Not making up their own hypotheses as they go with every picture or video you put up. Then they've got this whole description on what they think you're doing. Bitch, you just had me walking on a high wire for how long? And now that I've become this charmless balancing act, you want to come in and try to fucking throw me down again? Just because I knew what to do the first time doesn't make it so then you can come in and do it a second time. Right? So I really feel like this person, because they were so left out of your life, they felt so left out of your life, something's happening really fast. Okay, so obviously you're either going to get wind of this betrayal and this backstabbing, or it could be, actually, let's see. Let's see where you're moving into the future now that you've just had to deal with all of this. Walking a tightrope without a circus net. I still can't believe they did that. Oh my God, this totally was a woman. World's tallest woman with bearded lady. Yo, if this woman has facial hair, it's her. Okay, she also could be taller than you. Right? Or she's somewhat of a sideshow, and when you look at them, you're like, yeah, no wonder you want to be me. Look at you. And like, that's not how I play, but that's how other people play. Out of the hat, the magician pulls the carnival card out of his hat. So there you go. You're pulling this woman out of your life. You're obviously a magician, and you've got your tools and you've got the things that you use. So this person, is now out. They can't do what they did in your life, all for something sweet. All for some money. Wow, 23 minutes. So, this woman goes out of your hat. And then what happens? Pick a card, any card. Strong man. Oh, wow. So I think you're going to end up having a choice with something. Because you've proven how strong you are. And strength is not in how much you can bench press, how much you can lift. Strength is how much you can endure, right? How much you're willing to bend right before breaking. And actually, I saw this thing in my dreams last night that somebody had been bending me so hard as if I was a tree, right? Like an old oak tree. Somebody had been bending me for so long that they pushed the tree down too far. And you know where you start to get the splinters that start to pop up, right? Because the tree can't take that weight of being bent. So somebody saw that the wood was starting to break. So then they didn't pull it as hard, and then they pulled the tree up a little bit and went, oh, good thing we didn't press that hard or she would have broke. And that was in my dreams last night. So I feel like that was a lot of this, because when somebody's bending you, that's the thing, is like, if you're not willing to bend, you're going to break. But then there's the people that overbend people that say, well, you need to bend for me. You need to do this for me. And then you bend so hard that you break, because they won't bend at all. Because if they bend the littlest bit, they're basically made of, it's almost like a crystallized material at this point. So you can just snap them and there's nothing left to them, right? So they've lived in a world where they've never had to bend for anybody. So this bend is going to break them, because now they're out of the hat. They can't hide in the hat anymore. They have to come out. So, anyways, Leo, you're not walking that tight wire anymore, buddy. Good job. Peace.